Most people think brain fog and perimenopause is just inevitable, something you have to accept, push through, live with a fuzzier version of yourself. What if I told you that's a complete myth? You've probably had that moment you walk into a room and completely forget why. You lose the perfect word mid-sentence in an important meeting. You read the same paragraph 3 times and nothing sticks, and you think, this is just what happens as you get older. I'm Angela Foster, a women's health and performance coach, and I'm here to tell you something that changed everything for me during my own perimenopause. Your brain isn't broken. It's just running on empty. I was juggling 3 kids, running multiple businesses, and watching my mind feel like it was operating in slow motion. I thought I was failing, but then I discovered something that neuroscientists have known for years, and it completely reframed everything. Brain fog isn't a life sentence, it's a signal that your brain is in an energy crisis. And here's the good news. You have the power to solve it. In this video, I'm going to share 4 science-backed strategies that don't just fight brain fog, they build a more resilient, energetic, and focused brain than you've ever had, even as your hormones fluctuate, even if you're sleep deprived, even if you're juggling everything. The 4th strategy, my supplement toolkit, is the one that might just surprise you the most. Let's dive in. Here's what's really happening in your brain during perimenopause. As estrogen and progesterone begin to fluctuate, something shifts at the cellular level. Your brain cells are struggling to get the fuel they need to function at their peak. And I want you to understand this clearly, because once you do, everything changes. Think of your brain's energy molecule ATP like a rechargeable battery. When the charger is working perfectly, you feel sharp. Your memory is crisp. You make decisions easily. You stay resilient under stress. But when the charger becomes sluggish, everything feels harder. Focus becomes a battle. Memory slips away. Decision-making feels like wading through fog. Even staying calm under pressure becomes nearly impossible. Here's the critical part. This isn't a willpower problem. This isn't a discipline problem. This is a biology problem, and biology can be solved. The 4 strategies I'm about to share aren't about managing symptoms or accepting your new fuzzy brain. They're about fixing the underlying problem. They're about giving your brain the energy it craves, even as hormones ebb and flow. Even if you're a sleep-deprived woman trying to juggle your career and your kids, this is how you reclaim your mind. Strategy 1, fuel your focus with high-quality nutrition. Most high-output women don't run out of willpower. They run out of fuel. And here's the thing, when you're in perimenopause, your brain doesn't need less support, it needs more. Let me tell you what I see over and over again with my clients. A woman comes to me completely frustrated. She's in her early 40s, running a business or managing a demanding career. And by 11 a.m. every single day, she feels like her brain is shutting down. She'd start her morning in a rush with a latte and a croissant from the coffee shop. Seemed fine at first, but by mid-morning, she's crashing hard. She'd lose focus in client calls, struggle to make decisions. By afternoon, she's reaching for sugar and caffeine just to stay functional. She thinks she's losing her mind. Here's what's actually happening. Her blood sugar is on a roller coaster. Spike, crash, spike, crash. And when your blood sugar crashes, so does your cognitive performance. I told her to change one thing. Start her day with 30 grams of protein. Eggs, an omelette with diced chicken and vegetables, Greek yogurt with nuts and berries, a protein shake with blueberries and seeds. Real protein, the kind that gives your brain the amino acids it needs to manufacture neurotransmitters. She was skeptical, but she tried it for 1 week. By day 3, she noticed something. That 11 a.m. wall, gone. She was still sharp at 2 p.m. By the end of the week, she told me, I feel like I got my brain back. That's what happens when you stabilize your blood sugar. But here's what most women miss. Protein alone isn't enough. Your brain is 60% fat. It literally needs fat to function. And I know you've been told to fear fat, but your brain is made of it. This is where omega-3s come in, specifically EPA and DHA, the forms that cross the blood-brain barrier and reduce inflammation in your brain. I had another client who was doing everything right, eating protein, exercising, sleeping well, but she still had this fog that wouldn't lift. She wasn't getting omega-3s from fish, so we added a high-quality fish oil supplement. And within a couple of months, she said her thinking became clearer, sharper, like someone who had turned up the volume on her focus. Omega-3s aren't optional, they are foundational. So here's what I tell my clients. Start with protein, add healthy fats, and watch the fog lift. One more thing, add a couple of handfuls of blueberries. They're packed with antioxidants that protect your brain cells from oxidative stress. 60 to 120 grams of blueberries has been shown in the scientific literature to help protect cognitive health. That's about a large handful of blueberries each day. I simply throw them into my morning protein shake. So that's the first strategy. Fuel your brain properly and it will work for you. Strategy 2 is move for your mind. For decades, we thought lactate was just a waste product produced during exercise, something your muscles produce during intense effort that you needed to flush out, get rid of it, move past it. But Dr. Inigo San Millan, who coaches Tour de France champions and conducts cutting-edge metabolic research, completely revolutionized our understanding of what lactate actually does. Lactate isn't waste, it's premium fuel for your brain. When you exercise, your muscles release lactate. This lactate travels to your brain and does something remarkable. It tells your brain to release more BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of BDNF like Miracle-Gro for your brain cells. It helps them grow. It helps them connect. It keeps them resilient. It's essential for generating new neurons in the hippocampus, the brain region responsible for memory formation and retrieval. But here's where it gets interesting for brain fog. Higher intensity exercise produces significantly more lactate than moderate exercise. And more lactate means a larger BDNF response. More BDNF means sharper focus, better memory, faster processing speed. Not only that, increased lactate in the brain is linked to higher levels of norepinephrine, a neurochemical that's critical for attention and focus. It's like turning up the volume on your brain's ability to concentrate. I had a client who was skeptical about high-intensity training. She was in her late 30s, felt exhausted most of the time, and thought HIIT would drain her further. I convinced her to try it. We started with just 2 20-minute sessions a week. Nothing crazy. Threshold intervals, tempo work, vigorous effort, but not all-out sprints, with lots of recovery. Within a couple of weeks, she noticed something. Her afternoon brain fog was lifting. By week 4, she said, "I feel like I'm thinking in color again instead of grayscale." That's what lactate does to your brain. But there's a caveat. The intensity needs to be high enough to produce significant lactate, but not so exhausting that you're depleted afterwards. Think threshold intervals, tempo work, vigorous zone 4 efforts, not all-out sprints that can leave you fatigued. The sweet spot maximizes the brain-boosting benefits while keeping you energized and focused for hours after your workout. Now here's something that really illustrates this principle. Usain Bolt, the world's fastest man, didn't just show up and run. He had a system, same track, same playlist, same warm-up, same bodily movements. When the gun went off, he wasn't thinking. His body already knew what to do. That's not discipline, that's design. He's not fighting his biology, he was using it. When the margin between a gold medal and a silver is just 1/500th of a second, those routines gave him the edge, and the same principle applies to your brain. Here's my recommendation for women in perimenopause dealing with brain fog. First, resistance training 2 or 3 times a week. This increases BDNF and protects against the muscle loss that accelerates cognitive decline. Your muscle mass declines 3 to 8% per decade, starting in your 30s. That slows your metabolic rate and impacts brain health. Resistance training is non-negotiable. Second, add in higher intensity intervals when you want that lactate BDNF norepinephrine boost for cognitive performance. Time this strategically before an intense focus block, before a presentation, before complex problem solving, before a high stakes meeting. This is when you want your brain firing on all cylinders. And third, don't underestimate walking. Walking helps you shift cognitive gears and supports creative thinking. Perfect for the time-poor woman or working mum like me. Okay, let's look at strategy 3, master your mental state, the 3 gears framework. Let me tell you something that changed the way I work. Our brains aren't designed for constant high-focus work. We're not machines. We're biological systems with rhythms and cycles. Dr. Mitu Storoni, a University of Cambridge-trained physician and neuroscience researcher, developed a framework that explains how your brain actually works. She calls it the 3 gears. Gear 1 is your relaxed daydreaming mode. Your mind wanders. You're not paying attention to anything specific. This is where the magic happens. This is where your most interesting ideas come up. It's your creative ideation mode. This is when your brain makes unexpected connections. Gear 2 is your focused attentive mode. This is when you're thinking, analyzing, solving problems. Your brain is calibrated to optimally focus, learn, and make decisions. This is where you want to be for complex thinking, for deep work, for the hard things. Gear 3 is your quick response stress mode. You're responding quickly, acting automatically. You're also in a stress-like state that's somewhat uncontrollable. External distractions leave you unable to focus properly. This is your fight or flight mode. Here's a problem that many high-performing women face. You're stuck between gears, or you're in the wrong gear for the task. I had a client who was a senior executive at a tech company. She was in back-to-back meetings all day, Zoom calls, in-person meetings, no breaks. By 3 p.m., she felt like her brain was fried. She couldn't think clearly. She couldn't make decisions. She'd go home exhausted, even though she'd been sitting all day. She was stuck in gear 3 all day, stress mode, constant partial attention, never fully in the right gear. I asked her, what if you took a 5-minute break between meetings? She looked at me like I was crazy. I don't have time for breaks. I have back-to-back meetings. But she tried it. Just 5 minutes between meetings. She'd step away from her desk, go for a short walk, and let her mind wander. Take some deep breaths. Within a week, she told me, I feel like my brain is working again. I'm making better decisions. I'm not as exhausted. That's what breaks do. Here's why. When you're in back-to-back meetings, your nervous system never gets to recover. The stress keeps accumulating. Meeting after meeting, no relief, just mounting pressure. But when you take short breaks, something shifts. Your nervous system resets. You start your next meeting in a more relaxed state. The stress doesn't build up. This is exactly what researchers at Microsoft Human Factors Lab discovered. They used EEG caps to measure brain activity during meetings, and what they found is remarkable. In back-to-back meetings, beta waves, those associated with stress, increased over time. The stress kept accumulating, meeting after meeting, no relief. But when participants took short meditation breaks between meetings, beta activity dropped. The brain got to reset. They started their next meeting in a more relaxed state, and the average stress levels held steady through 4 meetings with no build-up. Even more fascinating, the research showed that breaks don't just reduce stress, they improve performance. When participants had breaks, their brainwave patterns showed positive frontal alpha asymmetry, which correlates to higher engagement during the meeting. Without breaks, the levels were negative, suggesting participants were withdrawn and less engaged. Think about that. Breaks make you more engaged, not less. The transition between meetings is particularly stressful. For those without breaks, beta wave activity spiked sharply at the end of one meeting and jumped again when the next meeting started. It's like your nervous system never had a chance to recover. With meditation breaks, the increase in beta activity was much gentler and smoother. Your nervous system stays regulated. So, here's how to apply this today. Schedule breaks between your meetings. Step away from your desk. Go for a short walk. Let your mind wander. Even 5 minutes makes a difference. Your brain isn't designed for back-to-back intensity. It's designed for rhythm. Effort, recovery. Effort, and recovery. When you honor that rhythm, brain fog lifts. Okay, so now for the final strategy, strategy 4, my supplement toolkit. Here's something that might surprise you. You can do everything right. Eat the right foods, exercise with intensity, manage your mental state, and still feel like something's missing. Because at the cellular level, perimenopause creates a specific nutrient demand that's hard to meet through food alone. This is where strategic supplementation can come in. I want to be clear, supplements aren't a replacement for the first 3 strategies. They're an amplifier. They're the final piece that makes everything else work better, and you should always check with your medical doctor first before taking any supplements. Let me tell you about a client who was doing all the right things. High protein breakfast, resistance training 3 times a week, taking breaks between meetings, but she still had this lingering fog. Not as bad as before, but it was still there. She asked me, is there something else I'm missing? I told her about the supplement toolkit. She started with omega-3s, magnesium glycinate, CoQ10, and a B complex. Within 3 weeks, she said, it's like someone turned on a light in my brain. She wasn't exaggerating. The supplements filled the gaps that food and lifestyle alone weren't filling. Here are the 4 supplements that made the biggest difference for her and some of my other clients. First, omega-3s. I mentioned this earlier, but I want to go a little bit deeper. Your brain is 60% fat, and the quality of that fat matters. EPA and DHA from omega-3 are the specific forms that cross the blood-brain barrier and reduce neuroinflammation. They're not optional, they're foundational. As Dr. Bill Harris, leading researcher on omega-3, mentioned in our podcast together, most people need a combined dose of 1,500 milligrams of EPA and DHA daily. Second, Magnesium. Magnesium is involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in your body, but here's what matters for your brain. It regulates neurotransmitter function and supports mitochondrial energy production. Remember that ATP battery we talked about? Magnesium helps charge it. Stress in perimenopause depletes magnesium. Your muscles need it and your brain needs it. But not all magnesium is created equal. Magnesium glycinate can help you relax. I had a client who started taking magnesium threonate in the morning and magnesium glycinate at night. She said her sleep improved, her anxiety decreased, and her brain fog lifted. She said, I didn't realize how important supplementing with magnesium could be. Third, CoQ10. This is the one that surprised a lot of my clients. CoQ10 is a coenzyme that's essential for ATP production, that rechargeable battery we keep talking about. As we age, and especially during perimenopause, our CoQ10 levels decline. Ubiquinol is the reduced active form of CoQ10. It directly supports mitochondrial function and energy production. When your mitochondria are working optimally, your brain has the fuel it needs. I had a client who was always tired. She was doing the right thing, sleep, exercise, eating well, but she still felt quite exhausted. We added ubiquinol to her routine, and within a few weeks, she said, I feel like I'm getting my energy back again. Real energy, not just coffee energy. That's what happens when your mitochondria have the fuel they need. And finally, a B complex can help many people, especially B6, B12, and folate. B vitamins are cofactors in neurotransmitter synthesis and methylation pathways. They're critical for brain health, but perimenopause, stress, and certain medications deplete B vitamins. A high-quality B complex ensures you have the building blocks for dopamine, serotonin, and other neurotransmitters that affect focus, mood, and cognitive function. I had a client who was dealing with brain fog and low mood. She started taking a B complex supplement, and within a few weeks, she said, I feel more like myself, my mood is better, and my thinking is clearer. It helped her get the neurotransmitter precursors that her brain needed. Now, here's what's important. These 4 supplements work because they're supporting the biological systems that often are struggling during perimenopause. But, and this is critical, they only work if you've already implemented the first 3 strategies. You can't supplement your way out of a poor diet. You can't supplement your way out of a sedentary lifestyle. And you can't supplement your way out of constant stress. These supplements can help amplify what you've already built. If you'd like to understand how to build your own personalized supplement stack, check out my longevity supplement masterclass. I've put a link in the description below. So here's what I want you to remember. Brain fog in perimenopause isn't a life sentence. It's not something you have to accept. It's not a sign that you're failing or that your best years are behind you. It's a signal that your brain needs fuel. It needs movement, it needs rhythm, it needs support. And you have the power to provide all of that. You don't need to overhaul your entire life. You don't need to become a different person. You just need to understand the biology and work with it instead of against it. Start with one strategy. Maybe it's the high protein breakfast. Maybe it's adding one resistance training session. Maybe it's taking a walk between meetings. Pick one, master it, and then add the next. Your brain is incredibly resilient. It wants to work. It wants to be sharp. It wants to help you do the hard things that you're meant to do. Give it what it needs and it will give you back the clarity, focus, and energy you've been missing. You're not broken. You're just in need of the right fuel. I'm committed to bringing you actionable science-backed advice to help you thrive. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my next video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.